for business news and market data 24 hours a day. Now, you may think of Italy, or indeed the Netherlands, when it comes to yacht building, but Turkey is quickly catching up. It's been producing chemical and oil tankers for decades now, and the country is turning towards the luxury end of the market. Anastasia Hajdalina reports.
An idyllic coastline, 4 seas to choose from, and a boat-building tradition that dates back a millennium. Turkey harbors some of the world's biggest private boats, the super yachts for the super rich. It's now become one of the largest manufacturers of them too. And they're delivering more than just traditional goulettes. This 24-meter motor yacht is being custom built for a British client for $2.5 million to be moored here in Göcek, at Turkey's first exclusive marina for the super yachts.
The management and technology has been brought in from the West and managed, and the labour is of highly trained labour from Turkey, gives the opportunity to build yachts at as little as 30% of the cost of their competitors in Europe.
The climate is so favourable, many foreign builders are moving production here. On the wave of Turkey's booming economy, shipbuilding expanded more than threefold in the last decade. This year, more than 10% of the world's super yachts are under construction in Turkish shipyards. That's more than the US, and behind only Italy and the Netherlands. All despite the flagging sales of super yachts worldwide.
This sector, this industry is rising. I believe in a couple of years, when this recession is over, it will even cover the previous year's losses. It will not stop.
And so the local industry maintains its course, hoping boat owners and boat makers will continue anchoring here. Anastasia Hajdalina, Bloomberg.
Now, Turkey is one of the few nations to have survived the economic crisis relatively unscathed. Its banking sector is in good shape. Here's a snapshot of the economy. GDP expanded by 5.5% in the third quarter. That's from a year earlier. Record low interest rates are fueling domestic demand. Growth for the whole year is expected to be around 8%. And this, of course, is helping Turkey to reduce its debt burden. Still, the picture isn't completely rosy. The nation has unemployment of more than 11%, even though it's come down over the past year. Well, Linda Yu joins me now for a closer look at Turkey's economic landscape. Linda, it has been a bit of a success story over the financial crisis, hasn't it?
It has. The main reason is because it didn't have a banking crisis, but it did have a recession that meant its GDP shrank by about 5% last year, and therefore you're getting the very strong rebound of 8% growth this year. Looking forward the next few years, it's going to come down to probably about 4%, which is its trend level. But the reason why people get very excited about Turkey is that this growth rate is faster than even the Eastern European countries, which are supposed to be fast-growing in Europe because they're poor. But let's just pause and think about whether Turkey really is that exciting. Now, on the one hand, it does have a young population and has a very large population, which is why lots of people get very excited about it as an emerging economy. But inflation up until this decade has averaged 70% every year through the 1990s. It hit 130% in 1995. It was bailed out by the IMF at the end of the 1990s. It has a very high rate of unemployment because structurally it's not very competitive. So even though it's growing very well, the current account deficit is expected to double next year to 6%. So really, macroeconomic stability is why Turkey is a good story, but you have to watch it with a little bit of caution.
Indeed. Now, of course, there has been talk in recent years about it joining the EU. Quite a controversial subject politically, but also economically as well, because, as you say, those macro issues have not been completely resolved yet, have they?
No, that's right. You need a degree of convergence, as we know from the Eurozone.
Exactly.
But I think one of the reasons why Turkey is very exciting if it joins the Eurozone is that it would have basically the second largest population after Germany. It could potentially expand the labor force. It's the link between East and West, all the things that Europe would like to do as it makes itself a major economic region. But I think it's going to be some time yet before Turkey has the macro stability to really make that kind of leap. And of course, there's political issues as well.
Absolutely. Okay, Linda, thank you very much. Now, coming up next, Mexico is reeling from a deadly oil pipeline explosion. We're going to bring you the latest on what is behind that. Plus, Christmas at the click of a button. We look at a trend towards people getting their gifts online when we come back.